on. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. It's all good. Yeah. We'll make it work. So we're going to talk about comparison. We're going to talk about your journey. We're going to talk about putting your blinders on. We're going to talk about being consistent. All the trigger words, right? All the things that we are constantly telling you. But I want to kind of maybe put it in a perspective for you. Y'all know that I personally love comparisons, because when I can get a comparison of something, it just clicks for me. So I am actually going to tell you about my personal business, okay? So, and I want you to kind of see what I'm talking about. Hey, Jessica, girl, how you doing? So I do have my little note card here. So comparison is something that I see a ton from y'all, okay? You come to me and I see the comparison. I can hear it in your voice, even if it's a typed message. I can hear the comparison, okay? And this is something that everybody across the board will deal with. It is something that I personally have dealt with it, okay? And I'm going to tell you how I dealt with it and things that I try to do to keep myself from going down that path, okay? So comparison, we all know what that is. We see somebody doing something or getting something more or better than what we are, right? And we compare ourselves to them. Why can't we have that? Why aren't we doing that? Why, right? Girl, I'm glad you're better today. I was thinking about you. Hey, Shayna. And we are keeping up with the Joneses in a way, right? Okay, so the neighbor down the street rolls up in their brand new Camaro convertible, right? Brand new, straight off the lot, stinking shiny. Still got that fresh leather smell. They pull up in their new car and you're peeping out your dining room window like, I want a new car. Like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Why can't I have that new car? Why can't I be like them? Why is the world and the universe not giving me that brand new car? Well, you don't know what they did. You don't know what they did to get that new car. You don't know what kind of debt they went into to get in that new car, but you also don't know how hard they worked for that new car, okay? So we have to sometimes, when we're in a state of comparison, we need to put our blinders on. We need to weigh out all the factors of that comparison, okay? So, we don't know what's on the other side of that. So for me, one thing, when I find myself going down that path of why can I not promote? Why am I not having sales? Why am I not having recruits? Why can't I do my makeup like Heather? You do, Shayna. You are bomb. What? They're in my car. I'll be with you in a minute, okay? Bring me a blue one if you want. So we have to go into it and learn how to shift our mindset, okay? If you are struggling with comparison, if you are looking at other people and you are getting down on yourself, okay, one thing that I do is I just learn to put blinders on. And sometimes that means I hit the unfollow button, okay? I don't unfriend them. I don't block them. I just unfollow them. I can't wake up in the morning and see what they have on their news feed, okay? I can't do it. So I unfollow them. I use that to help keep my mindset where it needs to be, okay? Now, here's some things when you get into comparison that you need to remember, okay? If you are comparing yourself with Sally Sue, you need to look at Sally Sue and what she's doing, okay? Number one, don't compare yourself to her. Go see what Sally Sue is doing. Go check out her newsfeed. Go check out her YouTube, whatever. Send Sally Sue a message, okay? Maybe Sally Sue found the secret for the month and that's working for her. Talk to her, okay? Talk to her. Hit that comparison head on, okay? Now, if you're sitting here and you're doing all the things, you're posting all the things, and you're talking about recruitment, you're talking about the products, you've got to look at your stuff, okay? Take your eyes off of Sally Sue for a minute. and look back at your stuff. Focus back at your stuff. Are you getting interaction on your post? If you're not, your post that you are making may not be resonating with your network, okay? That may be your issue. It may not be that you are not doing something. It is just that you are doing the wrong something, okay? And not wrong, yes, not wrong in a negative way. But if you are posting at 5 a.m. and people are not seeing it, maybe we need to shift that to 5 p.m. Let's try that. Look at things that you can do to change your page and what you are doing, okay? Sally Sue's over there. We're going to keep her over there. We're going to look at what she's doing, though, because something's working for her, right? She's got something. She's got mojo this month. We're going to see what's happening. So figure out, look at your page. Look at yourself, okay? What are you doing, or what could you be doing? Now, sometimes when you have comparison, I'm sorry, I'm opening Kool-Aids. When we have comparison, when you look at that person over there, if they are showing up every single day, if they are showing up 7 days a week, if they are putting out content on multiple platforms, showing up in multiple different ways, they are living in their stories, you see them live, you see them have interaction, but yet you are only posting when you feel like it, guess what, sister? You can't compare the two. You're comparing apples and oranges. You're comparing apples and oranges. You cannot compare yourself to Sally Sue and expect to get what Sally Sue is getting if you are not putting in the work that she is putting in, okay? You are comparing your apples to her oranges. You want oranges? You want oranges? You need to go get them, okay? Up your game. Up your game so that you compare oranges to oranges. Cut that tip off and it's used as a straw. Oh, I just struggle with it. You've got to level out your game if you're going to compare yourself to somebody like that, okay? If you are not showing up, if you are not doing all the things, if you are not working your business, you cannot compare yourself to that person. You are not working at a level that that person is working at. And that comes, I'm telling you this from straight love, okay? A little tough love, but some straight love. You can't compare yourself to that person, okay? It just is not going to work. Now, if you are showing up every day, if you are doing all the things, if you are on multiple platforms, if you are living in your stories, if you are talking to people in public, then, no, you may not. Go to your sponsor. Dawson, if you don't go in yonder. Now, go. It has been a rough week with these kids. Go to your sponsor. Talk to your sponsor. Figure out what is going on. Do not live in that negative comparison mindset, okay? It will get you nowhere. Nowhere, okay? Don't live in that mindset. Go to your sponsor. Find a side sister and talk to them. Work together. Go have them go back. Look at your page. Well, is there something I could do better? Is there somewhere that I'm maybe lacking a little bit? Sometimes we need a little constructive criticism to bring ourselves back up, okay? But if you sit there in comparison and you just sit there and you muddle in it and you live in it and you soak in it, what's going to happen? You're eventually going to stop. You're just going to stop. You're going to feel like you can't keep up with them. You're going to feel like you can't compete with them. You're going to feel like you just can't do nothing right. And that is not true. That's not true. That is what your mind is telling you. Guys, your mind's a liar sometimes, okay? Sometimes you got to have a word of prayer with it. Want to be like you and Donna Thomas when I grow up. You're doing good, girl. You're doing good. Just keep steady on your mindset, on your game. And don't focus on everybody else and what everybody else is doing, okay? One of the things that really happens when people come into this business is they expect success overnight, right? And I feel like sometimes in this business that people portray direct sales as success overnight. You will always hear me refer to direct sales network marketing as a journey. It is a journey, okay? Always a journey. Positive self-talk. Yes. this is a journey, okay? I did not come into pharmacy and think that this was all going to be an overnight success. Did I find success? Yes, guys, I did find success. I spent 2 months in hit director, but you also have to remember that I spent a year and a half in another company working my network, building my network, building a brand, building myself up, working on my mindset. I was working on so many things within myself, my self-confidence, my glow, my makeup skills, all those things I was working on for a year and a half before I came to pharmacy. So yes, if you look at the point of September 2019 when I joined pharmacy to hitting director, to being silver, to being gold, and you see this time span and all these great things, right? If you look at just that snippet of my story, you're like, wow, I want that. I want that. Like, she was an overnight success. I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to take off. You can't just look at that snippet. You've got to look at that year and a half prior. You've got to look at those 3, 4, 5, 6 chapters that I went through to get to the point of coming onto pharmacy and building it from there, okay? It is a journey, guys, a journey. Thank you for this perfect timing. I needed this after allowing a flame to die down the past. Light them up, girl. Light those flames back up. You deserve it. You are worthy, and you have potential in this, okay? Take it and run with it. Screw everybody else. Screw what they think. Screw what they're doing. We don't care. Blinders, okay? Blinders, you are moving forward. You are moving up, okay? If we worry about what everybody else is doing, if we worry about the noise, we worry about the traffic that's going on over here, and we let them get in our head, we will sit still with them. We don't want to sit still with them. We don't want to be with them. We want to go forward and up, right? So we're going to keep our blinders on. If that means you need to remove some negativity from your life, remove it. If that means you need to unfollow some people, unfollow some people. They will never know that you unfollowed them, okay? Promise. They don't know it. I've never had nobody come back to me and be like, hey, why'd you unfollow me? And I'll be like, oh, I don't know. You know, it's never happened. Glad you had it. Yes, Donna, hey. Okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you, hey, Karen, I'm going to tell you about my personal business the past couple months, okay? And I'm going to tell you that in March, I kind of started going down the comparison rabbit hole. And it's the rabbit hole, y'all. Y'all know it, okay? But I wanted to kind of talk to you about what it means and when you can see the whole picture. So for me, I want to talk about March. This past March, we have not been paid for April. We get paid what? Tuesday we get paid. For March, guys, I had 0 sponsorships, 0 recruits, 0 new team members, zip zada none, not a one. Some nibbles, but I had nothing. I barely got active, okay? Barely. I did get active because I had to order myself. I never consider my orders a number. So if my number says that it, you know, if I spent $100 that month, I don't consider that. I take that out because I want customers. I want to always be active off of customer orders. Okay, so 125 is active, right? I was barely active, and that is because I made some purchases. We get paid, Monday. Thank you. Monday. The 8th is Saturday. Okay. I barely was active at 125, and that was because I had some orders for, personal orders for myself. So March, nothing. I had nothing going on for me. I was watching other people do all these amazing things. What was it, February or March that they had the challenge for recruiting, and I'm watching all these leaders have, 10, 12, 15, 20 recruits, and I'm like, I can't get one. I can't even get a discount shopper. Like, what is going on with me? Why am I not getting any sales? Why? What am I doing wrong? Why? Look at those people over there. They're doing amazing, right? Looking at them. I spent too much time worrying about what everybody else was doing that I took focus off of my own business. Okay? I took focus off my own business. Hey, Karen. I was focused over here instead of focusing here. Okay? And when you avert your attention away from your business will flounder. So the more you go down the comparison rabbit hole, the more time you invest in that, the more time you spend away from your business, okay? Now, in March, I still stayed consistent. And I have told a few of you, you've heard me say this, be consistent through the silence, okay? There are going to be moments where our business is silent. April, I had nothing to, I stayed active with my purchases too. Yeah, it happens. It just, sometimes that's how it is. Our businesses are going to go through phases, okay? They are. You will hear a lot of other network marketers talk about gardening. It's going to be sowing the seed, growing the seed, harvesting the seed, harvesting the fruit, okay? This business goes through waves. It goes through the motions. It goes through the economy and what's going on in the economy. There's a million different factors, and you don't know necessarily where your network is either as well, okay? So March, nothing, okay? April, I stayed consistent through April. I didn't go getting nothing. I won't get no sales. I won't get no recruits. I won't get nothing, but I stayed consistent. So what happened in April? This is what happens when you stay consistent. In April, I had 4 new team members, and I had a little over $900 in retail sales. That is what happens when you stay consistent through comparison or through silence and get out of the comparison, okay? Halfway through March, I was like, Heather, what are you doing? You're spending too much time worrying about them. Get focused. So I did. I was a lot more active on my personal page. I was live a lot more. And what happened? April paid off. Okay? April paid off. I went from 0 to 4 new team members. Okay? 4. And over $900 in sales. This month. Today is the 6th. Today's the 6th. I've had about $200 in just customer sales, and I've added 2 new team members just in May, okay? What if in March, when everything was silent and everything kind of sucked a little and I felt like I was doing this for nothing and, why am I bothering? Because nobody's paying attention to me. What if I'd stopped? What if I gave up? What if I said, I'm not going to do this no more? What if I was like, well, I'll just coast out the rest of the month and I'll try again in April. I'll start over in April. It's fine. What if? What would happen? Would I have had 4 recruits? Would I have had a really good sale month? No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have done that, okay? When you start and stop your business over and over, start and stop, start and stop, start and stop, you constantly are starting back in the same position. You are not starting it back with some sort of extra, momentum. You're starting back at 0. You're going 0 to 40, 0 to 40, 0 to 40, back to 0, back to 40, back to 0. We don't want that. We want you to hit 0 to 60, okay? And when you do that and you become consistent, you're going to keep going, okay? You're going to keep going. But if you keep bringing yourself back down to 0, you are always going to be at 0. You are going to constantly be clawing your way back to 40. We don't want to keep clawing our way back to 40. We want to hop in there, hit the gas, and go to 60, right? We want a back road, window down, hair flying, don't give a crap, enjoying ourselves because we're to our 90s music, early 2000s if you're along with me, and not give a crap about nobody, right? Because we're smooth sailing. Sales are coming in, people are talking, we're getting interaction. That's what we want. But when you bring yourself back to zero every time, that's like traveling through town and you hitting every stoplight and you are late for an appointment. What are you going to do? You don't want that. Stop starting and stopping your business. Stop letting things get in your way. When you hit those roadblocks, when you hit that comparison issue, when you hit a lack of motivation or inspiration, when you hit those roadblocks in your business, you've got to learn to push through them, to push down that wall and just keep going. Even if that means maybe you're not performing at your top. You may not be performing at your top, but you're still showing up. Show up every day somehow, okay? Somehow, just show up. It doesn't mean that you go live every day. That's okay. If that is not something that you can do right now, then that's okay. You have got to set yourself a normal, you've got to set yourself a baseline, okay? You've got to say, I'm going to make one post a day, every single day, 7 days a week. I'm going to make one post a day. I'm going to go live 3 times a week. I'm going to update my stories minimum one time a day. Set yourself that baseline. That is the limit. You refuse to go below that, okay? Because if you go below that, you're going back to zero. That's your baseline. Then anything that you do over top of that, that's bonus, right? That's kicking it up to 60. Popping it on up there. Feeling good. Maybe we'll hop on the highway and we'll push it on up to 75, right? You got to maintain that baseline and stop dropping down to nothing, okay? So be consistent in your business. When you're consistent, it will pay off. Here's the kicker. But you may have to be consistent in the silence, okay? You may have people that don't say a word to you, okay? They don't comment on your post. They don't like your post. You get nothing out of them. And then all of a sudden, one day, they like a post. And then all of a sudden, they leave a comment. And then all of a sudden, you get a message that they joined you. And you're like, wow, where did that come from? It came because you were consistent, okay? I will be the first one to admit that I am somebody who will look at posts, and sometimes I have to remind myself, hey, Heather, go like that post. I will look at it. It doesn't mean that I am not noticing you. It doesn't mean that I don't like what you're showing me or I'm not intrigued or curious about your product. It just means I'm just scrolling and I didn't hit the like or comment button. That may be where some of your people are. Or it may be to a point where they're so unsure of themselves right now that they aren't willing to commit to that. Commit to possibly having you in their inbox. Some people are scared of direct sales because direct sales has a terrible connotation of cold messaging. So if they don't want to show interaction with you because they're not ready to commit to that quite yet, but they're curious, those people will eventually come to you, but you have got to have it on their timetable. We have to quit putting expectations on other people that have no clue that we put those expectations on them, okay? We can't. We don't know what's going on in their life. We don't know what season of life they are in, okay? So we have got to take those expectations off of them. We can't say, oh, Betsy liked my post. She's going to join me next week. Yep, she just don't know it. She don't know it. She's going to join me next week. Yep, No. And then when Betsy doesn't join next week, we get discouraged. We get upset. Why didn't she join me? I don't understand. I told her about the products. She watches my posts. I told her about the skincare. Like, what more could she want? She can even clean her toilet with her products. Like, what's her problem? You just put expectations on Betsy that she has no idea that you put on her, and she won't ready. She won't ready. But guess what, guys? It's okay that she won't ready. When she's ready, she knows where you are, and she will come back to you, okay? If you stay consistent on your page, okay, on your business. You got to be consistent in it. If you fade off into the sunset and nobody hears nothing from you, or maybe they just see some post about your dog when Betsy's ready, okay, a month has passed, Betsy's done some thinking, you know, she's done some soul searching. Now Betsy's ready. She's like, I want to join. But she goes and looks at and she doesn't see anything. Or better yet, she's forgotten all about you because you haven't been consistent in your business. Betsy's not going to join you. She's going to go join somebody else. She's going to join Sally Sue that just got her the new Corvette. Camaro, whatever it was. The new shiny car. She's going to go join her because that person was consistent in their business every single day. That person showed up. That person was on her mind. She remembered that person because every time she opens up Facebook and she's scrolling, every time she sees a post from them of some sort that's really interesting or really cool or really catches her eye. But you only posted once every 2 weeks about your dog. Not saying we don't like your dog. Your dog's cute. But that don't make you stay in my memory. That don't make me say, ooh, I want to join her and build a business with her. Look at her. Like, whew, she posted that one picture of her dog 2 weeks ago. She's got it going on. No. No, guys. So we need to be consistent. All right? Look at my notes. Look at my notes. All right? So, comparison is a no-go. It's a no-go. This whole business as a whole, it's a journey. It's a journey. If you are struggling in your business, like Dawson Sawyer, no. If you're struggling in your business, if something's not going your way, if you find yourself going down the comparison rabbit hole, put your blinders on and reach out to your sponsor, okay? If your sponsor is not active, if they are not active and you're like, who do I go to? Message me, okay? Message me. I will either, number one, I will connect you with a sponsor that is up above them, and I will connect the two of y'all so that y'all can work together, or I will help you as well, okay? We will get you in the right position with the right person that can help you build your business, okay? So, just learn to reach out, to say something, to be a voice for your business if you're struggling with something, okay? And stop comparing yourself to everybody else. There's one of you. God made one of you. There is no replication of you. I don't care if you're a twin, 2 different personalities, right? There is nobody else in this world that is like you. And every single person on this team brings something special to it, brings something unique to this team. And you are unique in that way. So go out, be consistent in your business, show your personality, show off on your page, and if you need help, reach out for it. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off here and get these kids dressed so we can go to ball practice. But if you need me, I'm always a message away. You always said there are no dumb questions. Nope, girl, there ain't no dumb questions. And if you don't believe me, go look at my stories today that I posted. And I semi-made a fool of myself with Old Navy. So there's no dumb questions at all. Bye, y'all.